This presentation is on the impact of social media and the medium on autism spectrum disorder and how it can lead to misinformation, stereotypes, stigma on the autism spectrum disorder community. This topic is very important and essential in understanding autism spectrum disorder. I feel like a lot of information that is found about autism spectrum disorder and just in the community in general for the public is found through social media apps and in the media in general. And that's kind of how we base our information about them and their stereotypes and stigma that's based on like our opinions and judgment about autism spectrum disorder. And so I felt like this topic was very influential on the whole understanding of autism spectrum disorder for the public, and that it was very important to understand how the misinformation of autism spectrum disorder on the social media and in the media, and how it can lead to issues like stereotypes, stigma, and more that can hurt the autism spectrum disorder community. A lot of the information about autism spectrum disorder on the social media and in the media is primarily inaccurate. Which is a big issue, and it could cause to misleading information, which can cause for the public and other individuals to make judgments and have cross opinions about autistic individuals, and it can be based on completely false information. I found multiple research studies that were researching TikTok and the amount of autism spectrum disorder categories and if they're accurate information, and also categorizing them as different types of information that can be found through the autism spectrum disorder hashtag. A lot of videos were educational. There was like personal viewpoints there, and most of them, about 50% of them were inaccurate. And majority of the ones that were inaccurate were the ones that were decided as educational. This can be extremely problematic because it could influence people's opinions about autism spectrum disorder on completely inaccurate information. And that can lead to more anti-vaccine rhetoric and create a community of anti-vaxxers, and it can lead to spreading information and misinformation about autism spectrum disorder, which can create much more issues within the community. Another large and very dangerous issue that can be found with autism spectrum disorder on social media and the media are false cures. There's a lot of information on different media sites and in social media sites like TikTok and Facebook that are spreading false cures about autism. These cures can be like the bleach theory, psychedelics, chelation, and these can be very dangerous and harmful cures. Most of these cures are non-evidence-based, which means they have no evidence backing them, and there's a lot of different rationale for each of these cures. These cures especially can lead to different things like vomiting, heart attacks, numbness, death, weakness, and more. And it can also lead to lifelong and lethal medical issues. Especially with bleach therapy. Bleach therapy is very dangerous and very lethal, and can lead to lifelong and medical issues and different symptoms that could be extremely concerning. Different things like vomiting, death, heart attacks, nausea can all be found from taking bleach as a treatment for autism spectrum disorder. These false cures need to be researched beforehand. All evidence about cures for autism spectrum need to be researched beforehand before applying it for an autistic individual. And these false cures are incredibly dangerous to the autism spectrum disorder community. Another large and very prominent issue found through social media and the media is that the vaccine. Social media allows for and creates almost a anti-vaccine community. This can allow for more anti-vaccine rhetoric and misinformation about autism and vaccines to be spread and associated together. This is can be commonly found on different social media sites like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and this can inaccurately confirm individuals' beliefs about vaccines through the misinformation that can be found through the sites. Parents' communities often still blame vaccines, even though it has been proven with the MMR vaccine multiple times. Social media can allow and create for individuals to spread misinformation about vaccines, and this can lead to less vaccine rates and higher rates of prevention diseases in our society. The lack of vaccine usage can also lead to costly and very timely medical use of resources on preventable disorders and diseases. Another common issue that you can find about on social media and the media about autism spectrum disorder is self-diagnosis. Self-diagnosis is the use of information from a disorder or disease and diagnosing yourselves with it. This often is inaccurate and can cause costly and timely consuming conversations and resources with professionals when they're trying to diagnose someone. Social media can also influence a higher rate of self-diagnosis because of the misinformation that we found on social media and the media about different diseases and disorders, and is often inaccurate. And this can lead to individuals diagnosing themselves as autistic, and self-diagnosis can lead to um, taking away the visibility and validity and accurate diagnosis of a professional. It can also take away the resources from an individual with autism who needs it. Self-diagnosis downplays the importance of a diagnosis from a professional, and it can take away the visibility, acknowledgement, and assistance from an individual with autism. One very large issue that is affecting autistic individuals through social media and the media is that they're being lack of representation. A lot of autistic individuals are often misrepresented through the media. They are usually commonly displayed as having substantial abilities like savant skills, or they are displayed with common stereotypes and usually only involved in one demographic. Individuals with autism are often portrayed by white males on different TV shows, and this can prevent um, individuals from that are not outside of the demographic from getting diagnosed, and it can lead to more stereotypes about autism only affecting one demographic. The media often only displays common stereotypes of autistic characters, and this can lead to images being portrayed in a more negative light rather than a more positive light, and can really affect the autistic community. The lack of representation for individuals with autism through social media and the media is a big issue, and that needs to be solved because autism affects all individuals with races and genders. Social media and the media can also allow for individuals to operate businesses, expand their partnerships, and find paid work. Individuals with autism would be able to converse more easily and be able to practice conversing with individuals for business purposes in a much easier environment and less stressful ways. Self-advocacy is also a very important part of social media, and it can allow for accurate representations and accurate information from people with autism, and allow them to spread that information and create a following and get more people interested and have more self-awareness and advocacy, and um, it can even enact change in the community and can help individuals with autism a lot. Also, the spread of advocacy can also combat the misinformation that's spreading often through social media and the media, and this can really help the autism spectrum disorder community. Another positive thing about social media and the media is that for autistic individuals, social media can help autistic individuals and create a combined support groups. They can allow families to access groups and resources. There are also social media and the media sites are also often more understandable and more suited for adult individuals for their personal experiences, since often the autistic sites that are found are often for kids, and so this allows them to get more personal experiences for their age group, and this is very beneficial for individuals with autism. Another positive thing about autism spectrum disorder and social media and media is that social media can allow for individuals to be less stressed when interacting online compared to in person, and it can allow for a lot of opportunities for those individuals. Social media can allow for building of connections and lead to new friends and a community and business partnerships and opportunities that you wouldn't really find elsewhere. A large majority of individuals with autism are using social media for socialization. And this can be really helpful for individuals with autism to allow them to practice socializing in a very stress-free and allow them to decamouflage and allow them to be more comfortable conversing and find people that are like-minded and build their own community of friends in a much more less stressful and positive way. Social media also allows individuals to decamouflage themselves, and this can prevent a lot of stress, and it can allow them to facilitate more genuine social interactions. Social media and the media have a lot of negative implications. They can contribute to misinformation, stereotypes, stigma of autism spectrum disorder. A lot of individuals that have autism on social media and the media are often experience more bullying and can be more vulnerable to predatory actions and harassment. And they're also likely able to decipher certain information, which can lead to more harassment or bullying in a sense. Misinformation on social media. The media can also lead to dangerous treatments, harassment, loneliness, and privacy concerns on these platforms. They also can allow and create inaccurate representations of individuals with autism, and this can lead to violence, harassment, and prejudice behaviors that can hurt the autistic spectrum disorder community. There are also positive implications. Social media can allow individuals to build communities and build partnerships and self-advocate for themselves. It can also allow for more accurate personal information about individuals with autistic disorder to be on social media and in the media and to be accessible. Social media also makes a lot of things accessible. It can allow for different resources, different communities, and it can allow them to feel more themselves, and it can prevent loneliness and feelings of depression. Social media can allow for a different space and a safe environment for individuals with autism to experience and to practice and to feel more comfortable with them and also express themselves in a positive way. Social media and the media are very complicated topics for the individuals with autism spectrum disorder. There are both positive and negative situations that be found through social media and in the media. For individuals with autism spectrum, it can lead to a safer space. It can allow them to decamouflage and be able to practice socializing and creating businesses and selling their own artwork and feeling more like themselves and practicing conversing with individuals. Negatively, it can also lead to harassment, violence, loneliness, bullying. It can also lead to more misinformation, stereotypes, stigma about autism spectrum disorder. Autism spectrum needs to be portrayed in a more positive light. It needs more information and accurate information that is out there so that people can access it and can build their own accurate information and opinions about autism spectrum disorder, and can lead to more visibility and awareness and education about autism spectrum disorder, and it is really important for the community and in general for the public to understand more about autism spectrum disorder. In conclusion, social media and the media can both be incredibly harmful and very beneficial for individuals with autism spectrum disorder. It can lead to a lot of opportunities and allow for accessible resources. It can also lead to more negative experiences like bullying, harassment, isolation. With more individuals with autism spectrum disorder, it can lead to self-advocacy, and which is really important. A large issue that they need to address is the misinformation. There's a large amount of misinformation on social media and the media about autism spectrum disorder, and with more further action needs to be taken on allowing information that is accurate and understandable and allow for individuals with autism to spread awareness, education, and visibility for the autism community. As a society, we need to not rely on the information that we are given and to actually research it on our own and actively engage in understanding and participating in spreading information that is accurate and positive and can allow for more awareness, education, and visibility for the autism spectrum disorder community.